What's good, YouTube? It's your boy ShoSaga, another video, and today I'm playing Tales of Arise. To be honest, I don't know where Tales of Arise, I don't know where it will sit with me as far as like my favorite JRPGs. No, I do, okay. Well, I do actually like the game. I really do enjoy the game in particular. It's just for me, this game didn't hit as good as I wanted it to. Not saying it was more of a disappointment rather than a bad game. The game is fantastic, but considering I never really did content on this game, I don't really feel like the story really grabbed me enough to really have an impact. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, it really wasn't an impactful story. I really didn't feel like, hey, you know, I'm really involved in this story. It's not for the lack of trying. It's not for the lack of actually playing, because, you know, I actually do like the gameplay. I like everything about that. But when you play the JRPG, you really want to get into the story. And for me, I couldn't get into it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad story, but it's nothing that blew me away, you know. But playing something like Xenoblade and stuff, I really do like Xenoblade 3 story. When playing games like some of the Final Fantasy games, even though the gameplay might not be the best, I like playing the story. And in general, I like the gameplay of this more than I like the gameplay of other things. Now, when this game came out, I was quite excited because, for one, this is one of the few JRPGs that are actually in PS5. I think at the time we might have had like PS5 version of Final Fantasy 7 come out, but I hadn't played it yet. I hadn't got into it yet. So I really, this is probably my first like next gen experience with a JRPG. So I could definitely say the gameplay for me was smooth and fast and fun. And like I said, the game is not bad by, I mean, just hopping on now, I forgot how to play. And to me, that's a good thing. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because for one, I'm about to die. For two, it's like, it's a good thing to me because I feel like that makes the game more complex. Like, I honestly completely forgot how to play this, and it's showing, you know. Which means there's a little bit of a skill gap inside of a game that's a JRPG. Most of the games is just like, how strong are you, how powerful are you, and how strategic. This game in particular has always been, you know, so you have to watch out for the dodges, you have to be kind of smart, and you also have to have like the right builds. I love that. Now, prior to this, I hadn't played really any Tales of Arise game, none at all. I've played like, that's a Tales of Arise game. I meant like Tales in general. I played Tales of Berseria. To be honest, I really couldn't get into that one. I don't know whether it was too edgy. Normally I like the edginess, but I guess that's different now. But I don't know where that game went wrong for me, but I never really got back to playing it. I never really enjoyed it that much. And in terms of Tales of Zestria, I vehemently despise that game. I feel like that's not a great game. You know, there's a lot of issues with that game and the anime for that fact. I like what it represented. I just, for me, couldn't get in. And then I played Tales of Vesperia. Tales of Vesperia was cool, and I was actually having an enjoyable time. But what happened was I started playing other games and got really kind of lost in other games. So for me, when I get lost or when I stop playing the game for a certain time, when I go back, if it's a JRPG, it's hard for me to go back. That's why I like to actually finish games out. Like, I like to finish them out so that they don't, I don't forget about them. Because for me, it's like, yeah, this game was great, it was very fun, but I took a break because I got burned out. But by me taking a break, it pretty much ruins everything, because I'll go back to a game and be really confused. Same thing happened with me with Final Fantasy 12. I never got to finish it actually because I just got so confused, and I didn't want to start over because I did so much. But it got to a point where I just got so confused on what to do. I couldn't really understand what I was supposed to be doing. So it's like, I don't know what the mission is. I don't know how to play. Bosses are destroying me right now because I forgot mechanics that were in the game that I really needed, and, you know, forgot I even had moves available to me to deal with. So it kind of just creates a difficulty in the game. It's like, you don't really know. And it might be different for other people. They might be able to pick up a JRPG, kind of play it, be able to really focus in on it and really play it and see how they really used to play. But for me, if it's been a minute, I'm going to forget everything I learned. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to get back into something like that. But with that being said, playing this game today has given me sort of a new love for it. Like, I remember playing it heavy and I really do enjoy it. So I think I might actually pick it back up and finally get to finish. The thing about working so much is that you only have a limited time to play your game. JRPGs are long games in nature. So it's like, you don't really have time to play anything else. If you do play anything else, then you get that kind of lull of not going back to your game, not finish. I really want to make it a habit of actually going back and finishing games. Right now, I still haven't finished Blade 3. I'm currently recording a video for Tales of Arise. So for me, man, I'm an expert at procrastinating and kind of like being the one that has a giant backlog of games. And so for me, it's not a giant backlog of games I haven't played. It's more of a giant backlog of games that would include Tales of Arise, that would include Final Fantasy 12, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, that would just include many other games that I just haven't given a shot to. But with that being said, guys, I want to know how you felt about Tales of Arise. Like, how did it make you feel? To be honest, if you're really a Tales fan, I'm pretty sure you would absolutely love it. It's not to say that I don't love this game. I do. Do I absolutely love it? No. Like, there are parts where it's like, for me, I honestly couldn't care less about the story. Maybe I wasn't as engaged, and maybe I didn't catch all the cues that I was supposed to catch in the story. Right now, it seems like the story at this point is ramping up, and this is why I took my actual break from playing the game too much, when it actually started getting really good. So, but yeah, coming from fans, how do you feel about this game? You know, what don't you like about this game? If you don't like anything, do you think it's an absolute masterpiece? I think it's a very good game. And I'll wait to really pass judgment on a game like this until after I finish. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you guys next video.